Stamford is a city that has always seen growth, even during the past 4 years, which we saw the worst recession of our history, or I should say, the worst recession since most of the people that are on the earth have seen since the Great Depression of the late 20s. So we still saw growth, and the reason being is, Stamford has always had welcoming arms for companies, businesses, and corporations to come here into the city of Stamford. And it is our proximity to New York City that gives us that advantage. We're considered an edge city. We're on the edge of New York. We are part of the New York metropolitan area. Stamford is, you don't feel like, oh, I'm in a very wealthy community around here. There are not Rolls Royces running all over and like that. I mean, Stamford feels just like any other New England city. The only difference is there is always opportunity for employment in Stamford, and I think that's a very important thing, and I think that is what has led to our success.
I wasn't surprised because these reports have come out before, and we've always heard that we were in the top 1, 2, for many years. So it wasn't a shock, but it's nice to hear that we live in a very expensive area.
What do you think the secret of sort of Stamford's success in attracting wealthy individuals and the wealthy businesses that they bring or are employed by?
The secret sauce, I think, is really, number one, New York City, being the proximity of New York City and having a lot of wealth in that area, and having them come to this, to Stamford. And Stamford has grown on that. We've taken that and we've added a lot of housing, a lot of restaurants, and made it a great place to live. So we've taken what New York City has provided us and taken it to the next level and made it a great community for businesses and people to live in.
You started a business here and you've turned it from just running out of your dorm room to now owning the whole building in which you work in. And many parts of America are still sort of hurting a little in the after effects of the recession, but I get the sense that you're optimistic about your business's future and sort of plans to expand.
We've been fortunate just being in this area. Business has been strong over the last few years while the economy was struggling. And we're finding that there's still a lot of businesses that are successful, that are making money, that want to grow. And we happen to be in that mix. So we've been fortunate. We've been able to grow our business and to be able to buy a building in this area in the last 6 months. And we're optimistic, very optimistic, that this is going to continue.
I think for one thing, it's proximity to New York, which really is a one-of-a-kind business and financial center. This area is where people who, for one reason or the other, don't want to be in the city due to family reasons, etc., come to and still have professional and personal access to the city when they need it. I work out of my home, so I don't have a commute, although there are a number of people who commute fairly readily down to New York. And the ability to have a life sort of in the country, but yet being very near to the city is certainly appealing and available here.